One, two. We're now live. Now you gotta do the intro in that. Welcome to Hensley or Squirrel and Hensley's podcast.
Yep. Welcome to Squirrel and Hensley's podcast, where we just come on here and just talk about random stuff.
Yeah, we have a special guest coming on here in a few seconds, so
Bear with us.
yeah, we're having technical institutions. Or I can't even talk.
Technical institutions. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's
Yeah.
the new. You got a technical institution if you don't know how to be a technical guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
Here's our guest.
Hey, sorry about that, guys. I just got off work.
Work is no excuse.
I know, right? So how y'all doing?
We're
Pretty
doing
good.
okay. It's been a rough couple of days for me, but it's getting better.
Yep.
I understand. Work's been killing me, so.
Yeah.
Well, I've been sent home from work for the past 2 days because the other days because I had a sore throat. Today or yesterday I got sent home because I was coughing too much.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So if I go on Monday and I cough again, then they're going to make me go do a COVID-19 test.
Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah,
But
Hensley
tonight,
loves COVID-19 test.
oh yeah, I like
Yeah.
stuff going on my nose.
That brain probe makes you feel like what was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Total Recall in it.
Total Recall, yeah.
Yeah.
Pull that thing out.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, when I had mine done, it wasn't even the thing wasn't even that small or that big, and you just rubbed it around your nose.
Oh, see when I had to get my appendix took it out and everything, they shoved wood that felt like it touched the back of my skull. Like
Yeah.
it went all the way down my nasal passage.
Ugh.
Yeah. Everybody I know did it said it's like a big ass long Q-tip.
Yeah. Yeah.
They poke you
Or
in
like
your
a lollipop, stick.
yeah, like oh no. They put it out my nose.
They're like, lean your head back and count to 3. I was like, okay. Oh, that was the longest 3 seconds of my life.
I lean my head back, and as soon as they stick it up, I'm liable to go punch. Like, poof! Like, get away!
Oh, God.
Got to knock somebody out.
Right?
Yeah.
See if more
So-
people come.
Oh, no problem. So, what are we talking about today?
How
Talking about
survival also goes well with paranormal field.
All right. Yeah. Survival survival goes with all fields, not just paranormal. I mean, it goes with anything dealing with unknown circumstances.
Yeah.
It's because you don't know what's going to happen, where it's going to happen, and when it's going to happen. That's usually the 3 things with survival or prepping or anything. It's where, when, and why. Why are you doing it? Where are you going? And it's usually most of the time. I know a lot of people do the research and stuff on the location that they go to, but they don't do. But a lot of people don't do the area search of where they go.
Yeah, that's true.
And
I mean, now you could honestly look it up on like Google Earth, wherever you're going, and just kind of,
well, you can you
do a
can
list.
look it up on Google Earth, but the thing is, it doesn't tell you who's going to be there, what's
Yeah.
going to be there, how
Yeah.
dilapidated it is. Like it may look dilapidated on the outside, but on the inside, it may be, decent,
Yeah.
or it could just be as bad as the outside. Because say you go to a house that's over 100 years old, the building techniques and everything back then were a lot more sturdier and a lot more, it had to stand up to everything. So you could go to one of those places and it could be perfect, or it could be a house that was built with rotting wood from a barn 50 years before it was born, before it was made. So
you just never
it's
know.
one of those. Yeah, you don't. And
not only that is you don't know how the criminal activity is at a location is either.
right, because it can change every day. You don't know if there's squatters there. You don't know if there's homeless there. You don't know if that abandoned asylum has an insane mental patient still living there that never left.
That's true.
And they could be worse than a druggie in a major city. It's one of those things.
Yep. That's why I think of it as a good point is always bring protection with you, whether it be a knife, if you're good with an axe, bring an axe, or if you're good with a gun, bring one, pistol, or otherwise.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's like today going on two locations that I've never been to. I don't even know nothing about it. I just did some research, and it's an hour and a half away from my house. So I said, "The hell with it, let's go check it out."
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing I'm noticing a lot lately now is people going to haunted woods at 12 o'clock at night, and they don't bring anything with them. And, in the middle of broad daylight, if you haven't been in the woods all your life, or at least been in the woods
a few times
for some of your life, I mean, it's easy to walk 200 yards, turn around, and get lost.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because to a normal person that's lived in the city all their life, a tree looks like a tree. They don't, and there's 411 cases every day of people just going for day hikes and walking off trail to see something, and they're gone. They're missing for
a couple days. Yeah. I see.
And
month, possibly.
Yeah.
Because they don't.
That's like we're going to a cemetery tonight. It's a forgotten cemetery, and it's way back in the woods.
Right.
We're going there tonight. Like I said, we've never been here. I got a friend that lives in Chillicothe, Ohio, and I asked her what's some haunted location out there, and she said this graveyard. She goes, "You got to go down this long road that's all woods." So,
right.
But I'm not going to. So.
Now, is it? Do you follow the road to to the cemetery, or do you have to follow the road till it ends, then get out of the car and go deeper in the woods?
I don't know yet.
See, that's a thing too. That you gotta look at those situations also.
Yeah.
But
yeah, you also have to look and see if you have private property signs up there too, because they can be nailed to a tree.
She said it's not.
I mean,
property. So.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not saying that it's not going to be there where you're going, but that's one thing that people don't need to understand is because you could be encroaching on someone's land, and they could have built the fence line 30, 40 years ago. The barbed wire's already been cut. You don't know that. You just crossed on somebody's land, and here comes Billy Joe coming right around the ridge there with a 12-gauge shotgun that shoots first and asks questions later.
Yep, and
right.
And
or you could walk into a moonshiner's camp, and they have tripwire shotgun traps that'll blow out your kneecap. There's pitfall traps. Especially in this day of age where there's marijuana growers. They do the.
We got marijuana growers here in Ohio, so.
Right.
And you don't know where their fields are. You never know because
you could also be coming across somebody's ginseng.
Yep.
And that's a definite because they will shoot you and ask questions later.
That's true.
They don't. They really don't care. It don't matter what it is because that's why.
Because it's a high dollar item too.
Yeah, ginseng runs $900 a pound right now.
Yep. It's
insane.
That's why I always carry a 6-foot walking stick with me, and I always put it in front of me, no matter where I'm going. And if there is a tripwire trap or whatever, that stick's going to hit that trap first before me, or it's going to go through. It's going to go through a pitfall trap, and you're like, well, I ain't gonna, if your stick goes through that, you're going through it.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, and you want to carry a good thick piece of wood as a walking stick in the woods, because if something like that does happen, it's better for you to throw all your weight on it instead of falling and breaking your leg.
Yeah.
That's one of the worst things to happen is have an open injury in the woods.
Yeah.
You
can also use that. You could also use that as a sort of a climbing device.
Yep. You can.
You can stick it in the wall there and use it to climb. Or if you're climbing up a steep embankment, you could always use that. Kind of put it in between two trees. Use it as a pull yourself up. Stuff like that.
The best thing, it like what you're saying, Squirrel, like the old hose, with the flat part, they're just tack welded on. You break that hoe part off, and you got that metal hook on there, and you can use that for anything. Like, you can use it as a hook to grab onto a tree to pull you up. You can use it to pull wild edibles out of trees. You can use it as a digging, device, because it's still a part of a hoe. It's got multi-purposes.
Yeah.
But I found one of the best things for a walking staff now is Bud K. They have an M48 survival hammer walking stick. It's got a blunt hammer on the front of it. It's got a curved back for a prying device, and it's made out of Decon 10 polyethylene, So it's pretty much indestructible. Like you could literally beat the crap out of a car with it and it won't break.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
and I mean that's great protection. Also, if you say you're a 16-year-old and you can't get a gun, or anything like that, it's always good to have a backup to your main weapon, like main protection.
Well, I'll tell you what, a lot of people don't know too, and I know you know this part, is the fact of if you see posts that are painted purple,
it means private property or something, right?
get the fuck.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a red or yellow, a red or orange circle painted on a tree, especially the oak tree, that means they will shoot on sight. It's meant to be a target. Yeah. So they have somebody looking out for their land. But
that's what I'm talking about. Is people don't understand that. They don't understand that the people that, no offense to you, Hensley, but people that have lived in the city their whole life, have never spent a day in the wilderness, don't understand that. No offense to Hensley or anybody but I'm just saying.
I did not know that, so I'm glad.
Yeah, but there's also, if there's a white cross on trees, that means that there's dangerous wildlife out there, like mountain lions, bear territory, stuff like that. Also,
I live in it. I live in Dayton. Yeah. I mean, I see bears.
That's why I say, like, how survival is also good for paranormal, because we go in a lot of places, and now we can look for these signs. That way, we know what they're for.
Well, I mean, especially if you are going in the woods, it's better to be prepared than not.
Mm-hmm.
It is. I mean, at least, even if you don't know anything about survival, I mean, you can still make a basic kit. Everybody knows how to make a fire with a lighter. You take the lighter with you. Take a metal drinking container with you, a thin wall, not an insulated one, but a thin wall, because if you put a thin wall metal container, you can boil water from anywhere, and drink it. But a insulated one will explode if it's under heat. Then you get your basics: fire, water, food. Because you don't know if you're going. Say you ate 6 hours before you went to wherever you're going, but if you get lost, that's 6 hours already taken off of your 48-hour time period before your blood sugar and your glucose starts dropping on you.
Yeah.
It's always good to pack protein bars, but you want to have the basics. Then you want to really work on a med kit, especially going to locations and stuff, because you don't know what's going to happen. You want to don't go looking at other survival channels for their survival kits, because survivalists think different than paranormal people and stuff like that. They'll, like, a true survivalist like me we're going to have like an Israeli bandage. We're going to have a tack tourniquet. We're going to have, an insta splint, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you don't really need that stuff because
you're not going to. Yeah.
If you cut an artery or something like that, you're going to need a tack tourniquet to cut it off, cut off the blood flow.
Yeah. Well, I would venture to guess that would still be good for any kid anyway.
It would, but the thing is if you're so far, if you did sever an artery or something like that and you have no basic medical training, you're already dead from it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's especially if you're alone. I don't really see many people carrying a nylon sewing kit with them to sew up their own wound after they cut an artery.
Yeah, no.
I think I froze.
No, you didn't.
Well, but it's you want your basics. You want your gauze. You want your wraps. You want stuff to be able to make a splint. You don't really need to spend the money for an insta splint if you have an ace bandage and 2 sticks with you.
Hell, you can just snap them sticks off of a tree, and there you go. There's your splint.
Right.
Use the gauze or use the wraps for that.
Yeah, and then when you're taking the walking stick with you, right there's your crutch to help you get up and walk.
Yeah. You could even do this. You can even take that stick that you took off there. If you don't have a tourniquet in your kit, you could also use that. Use the bandages, whatever.
Use that in your bandana. Yeah, you can use it with a bandana. You can use it with an ace bandage. You can use it with. I always tell people to put paracord in their bags because you can make a slip knot on the paracord with the stick and make a generic tourniquet with it. Because like those Israeli bandages and those tourniquets, they cost a lot of money. They're like $30 to $40, and you can get paracord at the Dollar Tree for $1.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, it's not $5.50, but
you buy a lot of stuff at the Dollar Tree. They got pain medicine and everything at the Dollar Tree.
Yeah, that's what I tell people all the time. Like, go to Dollar Tree and stock up on your medicine, stock up on your bandages, stock up on everything. They have roll gauze, they have patch gauze, they have everything that you could buy at a Army surplus store to make your med kit. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a quarter of what you would pay anywhere else.
Right. See, this is the thing is you get those survivalists on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, that are sponsored by a specific company or whatever. They get sent stuff for free, but this stuff that they advertise is flipping $100. Or more. For the but like you said, you can go to the dollar store and get the same thing for $1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, major survivalist channels and everything knock Dollar Tree because they say, "Oh, it's from off-brand companies from AKA China and stuff like that." Like a lot of survivalists, they're America strong. You know what I mean? Yeah. They don't want knockoff brands or anything else. They want, the top of the line brand and made in America. It's just a ploy with them, you know. And a lot of survivalists.
It's all about the money. That's basically what it is. It's all about the money. You know, and
that's true.
It's sad. You know, survivalists and everything, we're supposed to be here to help each other, to learn from each other, and teach people to be able to survive with what limited income that they have, especially in this time of this day of age. You know, you don't need. That's why I was saying, like, you don't need an Insta splint. You don't need the tack tourniquet. You don't need an Israeli bandage. You can make off brands with other items that you carry with you, like a bandana. If you don't have the money to get a Sawyer water purification kit, you know, it's $20 for a Sawyer squeeze, and it's up to like 100,000 gallons that you can filter and drink from. Like, you could literally take a Sawyer squeeze, and if you're in a sewer system, you can literally get sewer water and squeeze it through a Sawyer squeeze and drink it, and it's purified.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a disgusting thought, but
But honestly, and this is what I think about survival. It's not about the equipment that you have; it's the knowledge you have, and able to actually use it. It's the knowledge, not the equipment.
Yeah,
you know, you can have all of the $100 million, you know, top of the line brand stuff that that's out there, but if you don't know how to use it, what good is it going to do you?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't going to do you any good.
That's
true. And it's one of those things. The more you know, the less you use. You know it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, a lot of people they feel safer carrying all this stuff. You know, and it's all based on your skill, and that's understandable. You know, it's
right.
It's like, you know, your first day on your construction job. You know, you're going to buy every tool you believe you need. You know, and you're literally, you know, going to put up a deck, and all you need is a hammer, nails, your saw, and, you know, your impact driver.
Yeah.
But, you know, it
makes
people feel better.
Yeah, it's all about
I'm not big on the survivalist. That's why I thought this would be a good topic to bring up for people.
Yeah, because, I mean, it is a good topic to bring up because honestly, it like I said, I mean, because honestly, you don't know if you go out there in the middle of the night and you go out there in the woods that you have never seen before, the odds of actually having something happen to you, especially in a place that you're not familiar with, goes up drastically.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, honestly, because you can think about it, you could actually be coming up on a place where a mountain lion is right up on that tree.
Yeah, you did freeze up a minute there.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Yeah, you're good.
Driving home.
Like a mountain lion could be up on a tree limb and you have no idea.
Yeah.
And then what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
They're known. The mountain lions are
it's
known
it's not even just a mountain lion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you can run into anything.
It's not even a mountain lion. Just like.
No, I just use that for an example, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Coyotes. Coyotes.
Well, like
bears.
Yeah, coyotes.
I mean,
even just the basic dog that's out on its own for X amount of years, it's fair. It's going to attack. If it's hungry enough, your dinner too.
Yep.
Wild dog. I mean, I've heard of squirrels attacking people.
I've heard that too.
I mean,
yeah, they will. The gray squirrels have a natural natural rabies, and they're the most aggressive of the squirrels. They came over here from Europe, and they will attack. They don't care, and if they bite you, you've got rabies from them because they're carriers of rabies.
Yeah.
And guess what? You have to get 5 shots in the stomach.
Yeah. Well, it's like and this, I see this all the time. It's people fooling with raccoons during the daytime. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And awesome.
It's like people having
raccoons. The thing is, if you see a raccoon out in the middle of the daytime, no, because that thing has got rabies. It's going to, and if that thing bites you, you're screwed. I mean,
they are nocturnal creatures.
Yeah, I mean, educate yourself. If you're not familiar with a lot of stuff, especially, there's some remedy guides out there that you can buy for next to nothing and be able to use the plants and stuff like that for natural remedies.
Yes.
People don't know that. What?
There's a book you can buy that's been around since 1968 called the SAS Survival Book. It will tell you everything in the world about survival, any situation, every situation, and it will walk you through it step by step. And it's like 600 pages.
You said SAS?
Yeah, the SAS Survival Guide.
Yeah, that's basically the British Special Forces.
Yeah, and there's an actual micro version that you can buy on Amazon that's small. I know a lot of people's like, oh, I don't want to carry a 600-page book with me. Well, they got a small book that's like 2 inches by 2 inches that you can just throw in your back pocket.
Yeah. That's an invaluable piece of information there because, I mean, honestly, that's what I'm saying is hunting and fishing. That pretty much, it gives you, hunting and fishing provides you with knowledge that you can take on forever.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, because at that point you figure out what if you're ever in that situation, instantly on how to get food for yourself. As far as tracking. And me and Hensley was talking about this. Tracking is an invaluable skill to have, especially if you're looking for food. Because, and I'll tell you how you can really effectively track something is that on the ground and stuff like that, if it's freshly made, it'll have really, really sharp edges to it. Very, very defined. Yep. You can easily track what has been there. Literally, if it looks that defined, chances are that animal is not even that far away from you. Now, if it's less defined and the edges are more round, then that means that is an old track that could be a day or two old.
Yeah, it could be a day or two old. If it's lost a lot of its definition and everything, but if the dirt's cracked and crumbling, and it can blow away. It's about a week old track.
Yeah. Now, as far as not even having to look down, but you also need to be aware of what's above you or around you, because if the animal is big enough, obviously it's going to crack branches, twigs, leaves, anything of that sort. It's going to break it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Going through that brush and everything, it will give you an idea of exactly how big that animal is. You know what I mean? It'll give you an outline, like, cause that's what I'm talking about. If you look for twigs that are snapped in half,
Yep.
you know, grass that's flattened down, stuff like that. That will also let you know that there's something there. If it's a
And you
really
also want to
wide,
see bite marks. You want to see bite marks in grass also, because they may stop and take a nibble and keep walking.
yeah, it could also, you know, that's also. I know people, this is crazy, but you literally look for scat, or what we call poop.
Yep.
You look for scat. Every animal's got different type of
And
scat.
yes, and most herbivores like deer, raccoon, deers, rabbits, they have pellet-like poo.
Yeah.
More predatory creatures have more humanized looking poo.
Yeah, they will. And it also, how big of a pile it leaves, they'll tell you how big that creature is too.
Yes.
I mean that's the, you know, stuff like that is that's paramount, because, but to go along with how it affects the paranormal is because if you're in the woods like that and you're investigating and stuff like that, if you do figure out, like, you have to be aware of your surroundings. Look for things that are different. You want to look for landmarks that are not what you normally would see, if that makes sense. Because chances are, if you're on land that people have been on, you can find something, you can find something that is odd.
Yeah.
Yeah. And most of the time, if you're on land that other humans have been on, you're going to find human trash. You're going to find.
Yeah. Yeah. I think he went.
Or whatever. And you also need to check it and see how recent it is, too. If it still has anything in it, that means that person has been there recently.
Yeah. If the trash looks like it's got some sun fade on it, if it's been there a while, if it's got dirt all over it, that means they've been there. They haven't been there recently. It's been there for a long time.
Right.
I mean that the details is what's important.
Yeah. You gotta, and always, I don't care. People tell me I'm crazy all the time, but wherever you go, get a topo map, a topographical map of the area that you're at. A topographical map tells you everything that's in that recorded area. It tells you mountains, it tells you gullies, it tells you streams and lakes around it. And that's a lifesaver. I mean, if you get lost in the middle of the woods and there's a town 300 clicks away from where you believe you are on that map, mark the location that you're going to and have that as your center point, and make sure you see where the next civilization is on top of that, just in case.
Yeah.
It will help you.
Yeah. I've always
basic compass.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your basic compass, man. I mean that will do you wonders. Get one that is not on your phone either.
Well, you can use the GPS walking mode as a topographical map of your area.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying that as in, like, if you're I mean, obviously your phone's going to go dead at one point.
Right.
Yeah. You want to get an actual
compass,
Right.
Yeah, it's always better to keep it, and don't get a button compass. Button compasses are liquid filled with alcohol, and they are not completely accurate. You may think you're going north, but you may actually be going 20 degrees northeast.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to get something good like a Silva or a Ranger compass that you can get at a Army surplus, Army surplus store.
Yeah. Oh, another thing you was talking about as far as food goes, invest in some MREs while you're there at the Army surplus store. Invest in some of those.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah, because one MRE is based on 24-hour calorie intake.
Yeah.
And you can split it up. You can literally split it up into 3 meals.
Yeah. Yeah, they're big, and they will clog you up too. I'm just saying that. Yeah. I'm saying that from experience because a lot of them they will do that.
But they give you that laxative gum now in them.
Yeah.
So don't.
Yeah. Well, it's like if you have the cheese. If you like, I've heard like the cheese one will definitely.
Yeah, like the enchilada, the enchilada ones, and the lasagna and meat sauce. Those are the worst ones.
My personal favorites are the breakfast.
Yeah, those are
my
good.
Personal favorite.
I don't know if we have an Army around me anymore.
Oh yeah, you will. Where at in Ohio are you?
Cincinnati.
Okay. Yeah, because Dave Canterbury, he's in your home state, Hensley. Like the man, the legend from Dual Survivor, the first 2 seasons.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he lives and teaches survival classes and everything in Ohio, the Pathfinder Society.
I've heard that. I've heard of that. I might have to look at that.
He has like.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Oh
no, go
ahead.
Good.
You're good, Squirrel. You're good.
Oh no, I was just going to say, yeah. I mean, that stuff. I mean, it's invaluable for that information.
I mean some of them MREs for real.
Yeah, it's
MREs are good, but you can make them cheaper because MREs, depending on where you go, they can range from $5 to $10 an MRE, and it is good. But if you have refined, quote unquote, refined taste, if you can't eat McDonald's, you're not going to be able to eat a MRE.
Yeah.
I mean that.
I'm sorry to tell you. I mean, if you're Mr. Mr. Richie Rich over there that's got a lot of money and all you eat is really expensive takeout, I'm sorry, but you're going to have to buckle up, Buttercup, and actually revert to some actual. Go back down to earth, because honestly, if you get put in that situation and you have no idea what you're doing, you might as well just go ahead and forget about
it. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I'm not trying to be mean by any means necessary, but I mean, honestly, you are not the top of the food chain when it comes to being out in the wilderness. I'm sorry to tell you, but you will never be top of the food chain when you're out there, period. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, I mean,
no. I mean, even that a few $100 handgun or whatever that you take with you, you're still not top of the food chain.
Exactly.
Because especially if you're going at night, because that creature can see in the dark. You need a flashlight.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Bill, thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thank everybody for coming in.
Oh yeah,
thank you.
I got an Army surplus store not too far from my house, like literally like 10 minutes.
There you go.
Most Army surplus stores are hole in the wall places, Hensley.
Yeah.
Like you could drive by it every day and not even know that it's there.
And I travel up this road every day, and I didn't know that was there.
Yeah. Unless you're searching for this stuff, you won't know because it's something that you don't need on a daily basis. It's something that you don't need, that nobody. I mean, even me. I mean, I'm a prepper and survivalist, and I collect all my stuff. Like it. I have so much gear that I have bought with my extra money just so I can be prepared and I can take care of other people if anything ever went wrong.
Yeah, just about that GPS locator. Like, that's a very good idea. Like, I really am going to looking to get me one of those.
It's called an SOS beacon locator.
Because
and you can
lately I've been out doing
buy it.
So
yeah, you can buy it on Alibaba right now for $150. And what it does, you put 3 phone numbers into it, and it constantly sends a text message every hour to the 3 numbers on there, giving your location and telling if you're okay or if you need help or whatever. But it has a SOS beacon button that no matter where you are in the world, if you hit that SOS beacon, it will contact any search and rescue, 911, anything, and go to your location, your GPS coordinates.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to look into it.
Yeah. But there's another one called Sky Eye, and it has a monthly subscription, so you don't want to pay for that. It's like, I mean, it's like $10 a month for it, but it reaches to everybody. And also it has a satellite phone built into it. So wherever you are, you can call. And the monthly subscription is pretty much for the phone part.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm definitely going to get one of those.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think of it, all paranormal hunters, cryptid hunters, urbex explorers, everybody here has spent hundreds upon thousands of dollars on their camera equipment, recording equipment, spirit boxes, stuff like that. But what's another $150 that you just spent for that brand new camera? You could have used that $150 to save your life. And your life is more important than getting 5 seconds of a ghost.
It's true. I mean, honestly, yeah. I mean, that's plain and simple.
Yeah. I'm sorry for being like turning into an asshole on that and everything, but it's just.
That's one thing about this podcast. It's say exactly how you mean it. Like, it's no disrespect to anybody. It's just the way it is.
No.
I know.
I mean, people, because honestly, I think a lot of people need to be straight up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You need to be straight up about stuff because
everybody needs to hear this for real.
Because honestly,
if y'all don't believe that y'all can get hurt, you can ask Hensley and Vale about me breaking my leg on a live stream at a haunted location.
Yeah, I heard it. I mean, you heard his knee pop and everything from that.
Like, it happens.
But that's like
it does because
or become the ghost.
Well, honestly, just think about it this way: the floor that you stand on in that haunted house or whatever could all of a sudden just give way, and then there you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or
and you fall down a certain way, then there's your leg.
Or think a lot of houses 100 years ago or whatever had root cellars where they kept all their canned vegetables and everything because they didn't have refrigeration units like we do now.
Right.
So you don't know if that's a doorway that's it's just a thin doorway leading to the root cellar. They know it was there, but you don't. All it needs is 100 pounds and it will give in, and there you go, down concrete steps.
That's
you go down concrete steps and you'll have glass all over you.
Yeah, that's just like where a ceiling falls in on you.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, it all makes sense. It all makes total sense.
I mean, because you got to think about it, because stuff like that. Because of the weathering and it not being, because a lot of these places are sketchy as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, then there's people that go in there and bust it open and destroy the windows, destroy the doors, and nature takes over. Nature doesn't care.
Right.
If there's a house in the middle of the woods, nature's going to take it over. I've seen houses where trees have grown up through the floorboards. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's not even if you're in a house. You could be out in a cemetery somewhere, trip over something, break your leg. You know what I mean? How you gonna get? You're gonna be stuck.
Yeah. When I broke my leg, I had to crawl a mile on my back and one leg. And you know how hard that is?
Yeah.
With extreme pain coming from your leg.
Yeah.
And there was rumors of a pack of wild dogs that roamed that area. And my leg was ripped open and blood pouring out. So I had to fear that these dogs were going to come and tear me apart. So a lot of people's, I'm scared of the ghost, I'm scared of this and everything. No, fear nature.
Yeah.
Nature will kill you quicker than a ghost.
Because you know what?
Honestly, because think about it this way. I heard a story where this guy was out hunting, right? And he had noticed that he heard, like, he was hunting he was stalking a deer, is what he was doing.
Yeah.
He was stalking a deer, and then he also heard a twig snap about 50 yards away from him.
Right.
And as he did that, he looked back and he seen a dog, or it looked like a wolf. Yeah. And what it was, though, is he's like, okay, there's only one wolf. But then he found out later that he was looking about.
Him?
Yeah, basically what had happened is he saw the deer, turn around, saw the wolf, turn back around, that deer took off. But what was interesting is that wolf didn't take off and stayed right there. Come to find out, he started looking around, and there were about 5 or 6 of them getting ready to come up on him.
Oh.
Yeah, because
luckily enough,
go ahead.
Luckily enough, he had his 30-06, and he had his 30-06 and his pistol with him. And he happened to actually take his gun and pop one of them. And eventually, he popped one of them. They took off. That one, obviously took off.
Yeah,
because he nipped it right there in the butt.
Yeah,
right.
And then the other ones started coming in just a little bit more. Then he actually shot one right in the dang head, killed it instantly. the rest of them took off.
Yeah, not me.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is you don't know what animals' intentions are. I mean, if you're going to come across, an abandoned place out in the middle of nowhere, the chances are of something being there are pretty much next to, or literally jacked up sky high.
Yeah.
You don't understand how if something like that is going to happen to you.
That's
I
true.
mean, because it stuff happens, especially if you're out here where I live at, and you start hearing coyotes, then you might want to pay attention.
Vale said, yes, Jax asked me if coyotes would attack. Oh, well, yeah, they will. Wild dog.
Yeah. Thing is, see, there's been times where coyotes and wolves have actually bred together.
Welcome back, sir.
Yeah, welcome back.
Hey, sorry.
You're fine.
But you don't know the size of the coyotes.
Yeah,
they could have bred with wolves, and they're about 10 inches taller than what you think they are.
Mm-hmm.
See, back a little bit while ago, I know for sure where I live at, the wildlife agency put out a pack of wolves to kind of thin out the coyote herd. But that plan went to crap because a little bit after they started noticing inbred in between those two. They're hybrid mix.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, coyotes
here in Texas, we have coyote dogs.
Yeah. Dogs can do that.
We have coyote dogs where they breed with regular dogs. Like you'll see a male coyote if say somebody's cattle dog is in heat. A coyote will jump the fence and breed with that dog, and here comes a bastardized coyote / dog. And what people don't realize is coyotes have the jaw strength to break an arm or break a leg with one bite. They're not weak, frail creatures. They may run when they're by themselves, but if there's a pack, if you corner a coyote, it's going to fight. It would rather run, but it will fight you. And all you need to do is corner even a baby, even a baby coyote still has the strength to rip off a finger. You know,
They also they have coy wolves like moose where she lives at. So coyote wolves.
Yeah.
Where she lives at.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean that's a prevalent thing. I mean, and they're fast too. I mean, I've experienced it firsthand. I heard a pack of coyotes come from the top of the dang ridge over here. Literally, I walked about 20 yards to the front of my door. By the time I got to my front door, they went all the way down the ridge, down to the creek. That's like right beside my house.
Huh.
That was an entire pack.
Yeah.
The chances are, if you hear coyote running like that, chances are there's something even bigger right behind it.
Yeah.
Yes. There's something bigger than them in the area.
Hopefully, where I go tonight, I'll find something cryptid too. Maybe spot.
I mean, you might. I mean, honestly, it like if you see tree trunks that are teepeed like this or bent over in a certain way, chances are you might have a lean-to. Yeah, like a lean-to.
I know that area is supposed to be a spot where they did see a Bigfoot like out in that area. So,
yeah. I mean, honestly, if you find complete tree branches are just snapped in half.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, the thing with cryptids is they're surviving like us. most cryptids don't stay in one area for very long.
Yeah.
They are continuously, and unless
What do you need?
He froze up again.
from what I've hunted and everything.
Hi, little one.
Say hi.
Crap. Can y'all see me now?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm driving, but I'm parked on the side of the road now. But like most Bigfoots, like the hominid type Bigfoots, they have a diet similar to bears, where 75% of their diet is wild edibles, and the rest of it is meat if they can get it. And they usually don't hunt like we do. They would rather get roadkill. They would rather have a roadkill deer because that's less stress on them, less calories they got to burn, stuff like that, and they can just pick it up and eat it.
Yeah, exactly.
But they're really constantly, depends on how long that sighting was. How long ago was that sighting, Hensley?
Hmm?
Oh, it's a couple years ago.
Okay. I mean, it may come back depending if it's a good area for it, but most sightings are of them leaving one area to go to another area, like crossing roads, stuff like that.
Yeah. Shut the door, please.
Yeah, like I said, I don't really believe Bigfoot and nothing until I actually see some kind of evidence.
I mean,
yep, shut the door.
I mean, I'm not saying
that's
I don't
understandable. I mean,
it's hard for me to believe
it is hard to believe that there's a 10 to 12 foot hairy man with human-like intelligence running through the woods.
Especially in Ohio,
even me, I'm a cryptid hunter, and it's still hard to believe that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would have to see it actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's just like.
But I believe it's there.
Nobody believes in unless something happens. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Right. I mean, everybody's set on their own opinion about it. It's.
Oh yeah.
I mean, but there's more and more sightings now because how much the population of the world has grown, and we're encroaching on their territory. It's that's why you see more and more bear sightings in neighborhoods. You see more mountain lion sightings in neighborhoods, raccoons, coyotes. It's because we're taking their land from them.
Yeah, they're expanding, and you're getting deeper into their territory. Naturally, what are you going to have?
Right.
They're going to come in there. Period. You know.
Yeah.
That.
I mean,
you know,
we're taking away their food sources. They're going to come for our pets. You know, it's.
Yeah, they will.
It's easy for them to grab it.
Shoot, even a dang eagle or garbage and come after your small dog. Yeah, people don't know that.
I mean,
every
week,
come after you.
Yeah, they're predatory birds. I mean, if you have a Chihuahua, it's a snack to them. I mean, eagles and hawks can carry up to almost a wiener dog. Just pick it up and carry it away. Like it's nothing. So I hate to scare y'all, but it's the truth.
Yeah, I mean this stuff needs to be put out there. The truth needs to be told about this stuff because honestly, it needs to be that way. Because the next time that somebody does go out there, they'll be more prepared. Because honestly, being both of those things go hand in hand, especially if you live in my area or his area. You know what I'm saying? Right. But you can also take that knowledge and apply it if you actually go into a city like Cincinnati or any other major city that's out there. That survival knowledge will help you regardless. It doesn't matter where you are.
Yeah.
I mean,
most of all, if you're just going to be in the cities doing whatever, at least carry a 2 to 3 pounds kit.
Hold on.
I mean, all you need is one rusty nail. You're good.
Yeah, I mean, because my son stepped on a rusty nail before, and we had to take him to the hospital to make sure he didn't get no infection or something from it.
Right, and you don't know who else. You don't know who else stepped on that rusty nail. You don't know how many blood pathogens has been transferred. And just imagine falling through the floor and that nail go through your lung and collapse your lung.
True.
And
that's true.
You're not getting out of there.
That's true.
How's everybody in chat?
So it seems like we got Vale and
even
Deanna.
with a med kit, you're not going to be able to protect. Do what?
We got Vale and Deanna in the chat room.
What? But it even, that's a worst case scenario. You falling through the floor, getting a nail through your lung. That's it can happen. But yeah, I know carrying a med kit with you is not going to put air in your lung or anything like that. But if you do happen to step on a nail or something like that, yeah, you've got alcohol, you got things in there to clean out that wound.
Yeah,
it's
like you can carry a bottle of iodine with you too in a med kit. Don't iodine help clean it out?
There's hundreds of things. Yeah, iodine will help clean it out, sanitize it. And iodine can also be, if it's dried out on something, it can be used as a fire starter to create if you did, worst case scenario, if you did fall on a nail with your lung and you can't get out, you can use that iodine, put it on cut off a piece of your pants leg, your blue jeans, use the iodine on it, let it dry out, set it on fire, and throw it into a pile of trash and catch the building on fire.
Uh-huh.
You're going to get people there, Yeah, you're going to get charged with something, but would you rather die by yourself, or would you rather
take a charge,
suffer the law for burning down an abandoned building?
Right.
I know some people would take, the first thing, just let me die, but, because you also have to worry about smoke inhalation and it burning down and nobody getting there because, you're in an abandoned building. We don't care about that.
Right.
You got to look at those situations too.
Vale
if
Vale said nail through your lung.
Go ahead. What?
happen? Vale said, nail through your lung. How does that happen? Ziploc baggie, a hollow ink pen, and some duct tape. Lung fixed.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, but you also got to think of if you do go to abandoned buildings, if something bad does happen, the police, the fire department, stuff like that, they really do not want to go to those areas. They do not care about those areas.
Yeah.
So they're really probably not going to come there to rescue you. You are going to have to rescue yourself. And
or try to get them to that area to where they will come through.
Yeah. It depends on the area too. You know, if it's in the bad part of a city, or if it's way too out in some dirt road, that you're better off by yourself than waiting for the cops to come. You know, it's.
I drove myself to the hospital one time. I was having a heart attack, and I drove myself to the hospital.
Yeah, see. Yeah.
I got yelled at
Were
for
you
doing
at
it.
a location?
No, I was at home, but I didn't want to call nobody to give me a ride. I didn't want to call nobody to give me a ride, so I just drove myself. And that way, when I got out of the hospital, my car was already there waiting on me. So I didn't have to have nobody come get me.
Yeah.
But I got two.
That's a survival situation right there.
Like my family chewed me out for it. Like, you should have called me no matter what. I said, okay, but I made it.
Right.
All right, I'm Eli up.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Eli.
Hey.
It's just,
yeah, my internet, it's back on.
I mean,
it's all good points, and that's why.
What's up, Eli, brother?
What's up, man? I finally got my internet going, man. Finally.
I said this would be a great for people to learn. Bro. People don't think that survival is good for paranormal. It makes sense.
Hey,
you guys are proving that.
Well, I say it like this: like, no matter what, we always be prepared for whatever. You know what I mean? We never know what we're gonna run into when we're in our car. It could be a woods with nothing out there but just darkness, or it could just be a haunted house where if our car runs out of gas, at least we know we have a survival pack with us, no matter what, and always have our paranormal equipment ready, because you don't know what's gonna approach us in the woods. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it could be earth elementals. It could, or it could be the elementals around us, like bears or wolves, or I mean.
Well, that's
we
like
have to be prepared.
That's like I'm saying. I'm about to go to a place today to investigate, and I don't know nothing about it. I don't know the location. I just know from what I read and a friend of mine telling me about the place. So, I mean, I totally don't know nothing about the area or nothing. So I'm going in blind. But I am taking my my walkie-talkies, and I'm giving my buddy one just in case we do get separated.
Right. And see, the thing with those walkie-talkies, if it's a hilly location, your signal will give out if you go over a mile. So you need, it may say 15-mile radius, but that's a 15-mile straight line of sight that will give you a perfect, radio. But if you go down in a valley or whatever, you only got about a mile to 2 miles radius on that, and you may still be breaking up like how we are on the internet.
That's
like how I am.
Can I interrupt you with that? Okay, you know how you say
it just depends on
it. That's why we're always prepared. That's why you always gotta go out to that location to make sure those radios are working before you even step out there.
Well, this location I'm going to is an hour and 45 minutes away. So,
so that's what I'm saying. You might have to travel somewhat to find out if your equipment's going to work out there.
Well, we got 5 people going with us. Yep. So, I mean, we're not going solo. You know what I mean?
Okay.
We do have 5 people going with us tonight. So,
yeah.
And I'm taking my
as long as you, if you do split up, go into groups of 2. You know.
Yeah.
Well, one group of 2, group of 3. You know.
Yeah.
Just don't let somebody go by themselves, no matter what you do, Hensley.
Yeah.
Oh, we know that. That's one of our group rules is we never go alone. Period.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't know much. I mean, you guys do.
And that's not even just because of someone being afraid. It's because of safety reasons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I do go to some places by myself, but I don't never go nowhere. Well, I mean, yeah, never mind.
Well, yeah, everybody does.
I did go to a cemetery at night by myself. So,
Hensley. Yeah, but at least you let a family member know.
Yeah,
where you?
I mean, I go cryptid hunting by myself, but I mean, the reason why I go cryptid hunting by myself is because I can't trust other researchers around me. It's true. Not. It's not that I don't trust them as a person. I hunt different than other people. You know, yeah. I'm a boots on the ground, tracker, and if I need to get somewhere, I don't need Joe Blow setting up his cameras for 2 hours when the trail's already hot and they're walking away from where we are. I don't need you setting up cameras in this area where we need to get to this area.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, just think about it this way. If the trail's hot, you don't want to leave that.
Yeah.
You want to stay right on.
Right.
If you want to catch up to it, yeah.
Well, I always think this. It's always prepare. If it's hot, you stay. Right. If it's cold, you go. But at the same time, it's just like you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
In between that. If that area is hot, you're going to need each other, not just one person. I understand some people like to be on the go and they don't really, they don't like working in groups because maybe some guy might slow them down or my guy's taking pictures and he gets lost. And that's going to take your time out of it to go look for him because he's not very prepared in that situation to be out there.
Yeah. I don't want him going to set up a trail camera and I've got to follow him because he's from the city and has never set foot in the woods, and I'm the one that's got everything prepared. You know, he may be prepared with all his camera and electrical gear, but anything else, no, I'm not letting him go out in the woods at 12 o'clock at night to go set up something by himself. No.
All right, Corey, I'm about to turn this over to you because my ride's on its way here.
Okay, I won't be much longer on here anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, because
or you just sit down if you want.
Well, thank you for having me up, man. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, you should take
insight. Yeah, he's second star for coming up here, dude.
I love it. I love it.
Always, guys.
But I'll say something. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're good. Go ahead, Eli.
No, well, what I was gonna say is just like I like this kind of stuff. It's sort of like it's sort of like if someone what do you call it? It's sort of like if someone puts a thing together like we're talking about. And then you put in sort of like it's like a scenario. I like these scenarios that we're talking about just in case if it does happen. Yeah. Just like Star was talking about. I like to. That's the reason why I think that way is because I hang around Second Star all the time, and he gives me pointers like what you should not take, who should, you got to know what you need. You know what I mean? And
exactly.
I mean, the more I hang around with you guys, the more I'm not even out there, and you know, I'm thinking before I do things.
Hey, Corey, do you work tomorrow?
No, I'm off this weekend.
If y'all want, we could do another podcast on this tomorrow and pick up where we just off.
Yeah,
well,
I'm literally off Sunday and Monday.
Okay,
so,
I mean, we could do part 2 of this tomorrow, same time as
If you can't get a hold of me, I probably won't be able to. Just let you know.
All right. Well, we'll try to shoot for 8:00 tomorrow.
Because I'm not gonna be here.
I can actually get my gear together and actually show on camera what the basics that people need.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
I could probably make it. I could probably start at 5 and have my 4 hours and still be here. If you want to send me a link.
Okay.
All right.
I want to see that.
We'll shoot for 8 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow.
Gotcha.
Copy.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice.
So, yeah. Thank you so much for coming. Second Star.
Always. Hey, I will support.
Yeah.
I will support you all no matter what. Like,
same
if
here.
y'all need any info, just holler at me.
Yeah.
So if everybody has not checked out Second Star's YouTube channel, please go do it.
What do you do?
Second Star Survivor. Also check out Eli's family. He does
interview tomorrow, but I'll start at 5 and get done early. Hopefully I could do that with this person I'm interviewing. Because the stupid electricity, the internet went out on me because they're doing this pipe thing out there across the highway, and they trimmed it. They tripped it. It happened yesterday too, and I'm just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I also want to thank everybody that came in the chat room. I do appreciate that.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We always love it when people come in.
Here's the Osby pizza.
Because without you guys, this podcast would not be possible.
Yeah, exactly. And we're going to get better and better as we go. This is only our second episode, so thank you guys much for being here. Thank you for the guest, Second Star. Thank you for coming up, Eli.
No problem, man. I'm here for you, man.
Yeah, thank you.
But thank y'all for having me up here, and always remember, prepare for the worst, and just don't think the worst will happen, but prepare for it.
Exactly.
Prepare for the unexpected.
Right.
Yep.
And be safe.
Sorry, I'm driving. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of.
So yeah, everybody in the chat room, please come back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for part 2 of this podcast.
All right, y'all take care, family. Love y'all. And you take care tonight, Hensley.
You too. I hope you're feeling better, Hensley.
I sure will. Oh yeah, I feel a lot better. I just got a little cough, but I'm okay.
All right, y'all take care, family.
You too, buddy.
You too, buddy.
For coming.
All right, later.
Love y'all. Take care. See y'all.
Guys. Peace out.
All right, we're going to head shut down now.
All right, guys. Later.
All right, Hensley.
Yeah, I'll message you tomorrow about 7:30.
Okay, if you can't get a hold of me, because I think that my phone might be turned off. So if you can't reach me, that's okay. I understand. I'm just letting you know ahead of time.
I'll try.
All right.
All right, buddy. Take care.
We'll see you.
Tell the wife I said hi. All right, y'all. Y'all have a nice night. Thank y'all for coming in. I'm going to go do my investigation, so I will be having a video coming out on Hensley Paranormal's channel. So be on the lookout for that. It will be a premiere. I'm going to a cemetery that I know nothing about. So keep an eye on that. And we're also going to a place called Crybaby Tunnel in the same area. So keep your eyes out for them, guys. Thank y'all for coming in. Please like and share. Love you guys. Hey, Paranormal React. Thank you for coming in. We are actually shutting down for tonight, but we are coming back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please check in for part 2 of this tomorrow. With that being said, y'all, see y'all later and have a good night. And y'all be safe out there and